These past 3.5 years, Robbie and I, with a great team, have had some incredible successes. They are remarkable, especially in the face of unrelenting, unfounded attacks. I'm glad to see Greg Stumbo is back from his sabbatical, teaching advanced degrees at the Mike Nifong Political Prosecutors Witch Hunt School. When I came into office, the Frankfurt good old boy system was entrenched. Well, they didn't want us cutting taxes or reducing the size of government or ending their gravy train. They did everything they could to stop us. And you know what? They couldn't stop us, not at the ballot box, so they launched a political witch hunt to stop us. Oh, look, I believe we have the lead witch here. Oh, we turned $1 billion deficit into a surplus. We cut taxes, reduced spending, and put more money than ever into new roads, and especially right here in Western Kentucky. And they continued to come after us with everything they had. All joined by some of the liberal media. They even came after our dog Eddie. Oh, but we didn't flinch. We kept our eye on the ball and moved Kentucky forward. We reduced taxes and improved health care. And we're taking care of our seniors by ensuring that they can age in place with dignity. When we turned the corner toward prosperity and they couldn't stop us, the witch hunt finally came to an end. Now I'm facing Steve Beshear. When you learn more about him, you'll see that he's out of touch with our Kentucky values. You know, if Moses were to come to Kentucky, what would he think? Well, look, here he is now. Moses must be looking for the 10 Commandments. He's looking all over Kentucky, but he can't find them where they used to be. He won't find them in the courthouses. He won't find them in our schools. He won't find them in our public buildings because, as Attorney General Steve Beshear said to the 10 Commandments, you must go. Oh, Moses hadn't been so mad since he saw the golden calf. I'm not happy either, and the people of Kentucky are upset too, because that is not our values. It makes you wonder which one of those 10 Commandments Steve doesn't like. Another issue where Steve does not share our values is the rights of gun owners. Well, if he had his way, local communities could take away your guns. Oh, if Steve had gotten his way, imagine how Kentucky hunters would look. Oh, here's one right now. That's right, you wouldn't be hunting with a gun anymore. You'll need a really big slingshot if you want to bag a deer under Steve Beshear's regime. Those are not Kentucky values. Unlike Steve, I have and will protect your Second Amendment rights. Now he wants to bring casino gambling to our Commonwealth. Let me introduce you to Easy Money Steve. Right over he is. He comes with some casino chips for you. Oh, Easy Money Steve offers you nothing but a grand scheme to fund all of his false promises. He says it'll all be free. He promises you money for nothing. While Easy Money Steve promises you money for nothing, the real truth is the casinos get your money while we get nothing. He's promising you fool's gold to fund his proposal. But what he doesn't tell you is that you will have to lose for him to win. In fact, you'll have to lose nearly $1.5 billion at his casinos. That's $1.5 billion taken directly out of your pockets. Most of that money is now spent in your local restaurants and grocery stores, your local businesses, and throughout your community. Of the $1.5 billion he's counting on you to lose, nearly $1 billion will be wired directly to Vegas, never to be seen in Kentucky again. Additionally, and the folks right here at St. Jerome's need to hear this. Additionally, many churches and schools rely on charitable bingo to fund their civic activities. And that's also an important part of the fancy farm tradition. Steve Beshear will change that. Father Willett, casino gambling will cripple those activities and take away as much as 50% of this important not-for-profit funding. But Easy Money Steve is desperately backpedaling now, saying he just wants the people to decide. But that's not true. He's already decided for you. He's promised that he will bring casinos to Kentucky. Not too long ago, Steve was asked, what happens if we don't pass it? He said, I won't have to answer that question because I am going to pass it. He is going to bring casinos, he says. Why is he so sure he can bring casino gambling? Because he knows that the casinos will spend millions of dollars deceiving and selling their fool goals to Kentucky. And what about the groups that oppose it? The ones that will tell you the truth about the broken families, the truth about the increased divorce rate, the truth about more crime, the truth about all the bankruptcies and ruined lives caused by the casinos. They will only have pennies to spend to tell their message. You can believe this, that if you elect Steve Beshear, he will bring casinos to Kentucky. But let me assure you of this, I will not bring casinos to Kentucky. Kentucky will not have casino gambling on my watch. And I will not destroy families like casinos that Steve Beshear will bring. In fact, without casino gambling, we have improved health care, increased education funding by 20%, and raised teachers' pay by 10%. And we did it without raising taxes. We will continue to fund and improve health care and education and take care of our seniors that are with us today. And we'll do it without the false hope and the fool's goal of casino gambling. Now let's talk about jobs in Kentucky. Easy Money Steve's promising jobs through casino gambling. What kind of education will our kids get to prepare for the jobs Steve will bring? Under his education plan, kids will improve their motor skills by stacking casino chips. And at recess, they'll play spin the roulette wheel. Look, I see the first graduate over here. Where's the first graduate over here at Steve Beshear School of Gambling? Right there. I don't know about you, but I don't subscribe to Steve Beshear's math and science program that only teaches our kids to count to 21. In our Kentucky home, our children want to grow up to be an astronaut, a teacher, a policeman, a doctor, or maybe even president. How many of you have heard a child say, Mama, I want to grow up to be a blackjack dealer? I believe we need to be preparing our children for a future we can all be very proud of. We're focused on bringing high-tech jobs to Kentucky. We have more people working today than ever before. We don't need to roll the dice on their future. Steve Beshear accused me Tuesday of concentrating on recruiting businesses we don't need and shouldn't have. I asked him, which ones would he rather not have? Ford Motor, Citigroup, UPS, Fidelity, Marzetti's, Sister Schubert's, Johnson & Johnson, Gates World Headquarters, Toyota Hybrids, Geek Squad, or 20 new high-tech companies we recently gave incentives to. I asked Easy Money Steve, which of these companies will you ask to leave? And what will happen to those who lose their good jobs? Or will they have to just maybe cross their fingers and hope they hit the jackpot? I will not roll the dice on Kentucky's future. To show you what it'll look like when Steve's Casino Gambling comes to your town, we have constructed a casino community. While the casinos will profit, many will suffer. It's well documented. Local businesses and families will suffer and businesses will close. And the casinos will target our seniors on fixed income and lure them into losing their life savings. Oh, new businesses will spring up who prey on our most vulnerable, the pawn shops, predatory payday lenders who target those who compulsively pay away money they don't have. The casinos will bring an increase in crime. And I'll tell you, and crime and corruption. And as his t-shirts say, his t-shirts tell the story. Easy Money Beshear will turn his back on casino corruption. That is not the kind of community I want to live in. I know you don't either. Every promise my opponent has made in his campaign is paid for by casino money. I have a better proven way. With good management, we're moving Kentucky forward. Steve Beshear's casino gambling is a bad bet for the bluegrass. I say not in our Kentucky home, I ask for your vote November 6th. Thank you and God bless.